here. So today we're going to be seeing yet another example of the Rev-approved infinite content glitch.
Let's go!
Where step 1 involves a VTuber doing or saying something stupid.
I actually completely missed this. Apparently this happened like a few days ago. I don't know.
Step 2, you make it into content. Step 3,
can we replace HR with AI? Yes.
That VTuber eventually becomes a hypocrite by their own previous standards they use to judge others.
Surely it wouldn't be a lady. Surely we are talking about a male VTuber, right? Right?
And then finally, step 4,
surely
you make even more content out of it, and that's exactly what we're doing in today's video. So what is the context? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it involves this VTuber named
Cox? L. Cox? Or Xox? No, it's Cox. Xox? How do you pronounce the X?
L, and you can read
Cox?
Their bio. They obviously make a lot of adult-focused content. That's where they get the primary source of their traction from. Now, they shared this on...
The X is silent. L, then it's O. Hello?
Hello? Their alt account, and they were trying...
A woman's success should not make you feel uncomfortable. The many times I met a man who became uncomfortable with me doing well for myself is a lot more than you think. Maybe she just met jerks? I don't know.
Trying to make a...
I'm sorry, you're talking to males? Ew! Brother, ew! What, man?
Statement about
disgusting.
Men and their jealousy towards powerful and successful
We are males, you're not males. You're tiny cats, okay? That I bred.
Women. And it did not go the way they had intended. This is the post. It says...
Yeah, she didn't censor men. This is where the problem starts. This should be censored. This is a slur. I don't want to get banned for this. Disgusting.
A woman's success should not make you feel uncomfortable. The many times I've met a man who became uncomfortable with me doing well for myself is a lot more than you'd think. Now, this would get a lot of negative responses, but I think the context behind this has to do with the recent move by Twitch.
Oh my god, who cares about Twitch ambassadors? They're always fucking weird.
To appoint 50 new ambassadors, and there's
I saw that Kaho was in it. Is this about Kaho? She has big personality.
Been around 200 since the program launched in 2018, so it's a pretty big deal to add on 50 new ambassadors, and one of those ambassadors was this Shibuya individual who's Japanese, and
she has a lot to offer to Twitch. I'm ready. I think this is a good idea. This is a very good step towards where we have to. Yeah, she's great. Listen, I'm all for this. We need like 50 more like Kaho, okay? I'm perfectly fine with this. It's an Asian Z cup. What the hell is a Z cup? There's no such a thing, right? A large edition. I think she's definitely a step to the right direction.
She is now one of the ambassadors. In this tweet, you would see like 10 million views.
I mean, she's cute. What are we talking about? Look at her. She's cute. She's adorable. Approved. Next.
Million views and a lot of conversation because apparently she used to do a lot of adult content in the
nice sauce, just so that I can avoid it and respect her. Sauce
past, and now she's on the ambassador team, and people are saying, of course, Dan Clancy would hire someone like that, but apparently that's what she did in the past. How much that is relevant to the current time, that's really up to your interpretation, but I'd be much more concerned about the ambassadors having a role in promoting things that are woke. I mean, we've seen some insane agenda pushing by ambassadors and related positions.
Nah, she looks based. No, I don't. She wouldn't do that. She couldn't do that. No, she looks nice.
Before, I mean, just go back to 20.
Oh, I remember. Oh, I remember. Like, this dude was like a deer or something eating grass. Oh, I remember it. Oh no!
2020. Not even really over 5 years ago.
It was like a Twitch ambassador person who was like, oh yeah, I like to go out to my backyard and eat grass so that I'm in touch with my deer spirit or whatever the fuck nugget was that about.
Point. Twitch hired a self-identifying deer person as a member of their safety council.
So in my spare time, I go out to my yard. In my spare time, I go out to my yard and I prance around and I eat grass.
Do you think that at least it was washed grass, or is it just like straight out of the grass and just
And I just watch it because it helps me feel like in tune with my dear self.
I worry for people sometimes. Not all the times, but bro, I can't even eat a fucking salad without getting food poisoning, and this motherfucker just chomps on the fucking grass out in the yard. What the fuck? Life is not fair, motherfucker.
Emphasize enough that this took place just barely over 5 years ago. This should have been a sign that things were going really badly and we're heading in a terrible direction back in 2020. I mean, this person, a self-identifying deer person, had an infamous clip where they had a,
deer people,
I quote, deergasm live.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, what? A deergasm. Wow, TMI? Hi, good for you, buddy. Wow, wow.
Live on Twitch when someone was petting their antlers.
Oh, wow, wow. Wow, that's, wow.
That should have been a sign things were heading in a terrible direction back in 2020, but it really represented a trend because this same person who was on this safety council for Twitch had multiple tweets speaking.
Can I have a cat guess? Someone please rub my ears or something so that I can have a cat guess.
Negatively about men.
That's a pussygasm.
Someone make a gif of a Scoo's reaction to deergasm, please.
And gamers, and that sounds a lot like what happened on these platforms and in the gaming industry, where people representing those platforms seem to openly despise the target audience of those platforms. And this is just a very exaggerated version of that, but this was a trend that took place.
No, man, I will take Kaho 60 million times over than this grass-eating nonsense.
Many years. And also 2020 is relevant to the VTuber we're talking about today, given their past comments that took place while they were canceling someone else back in that year. But let's go back to the VTuber in question, L, here in their tweets, talking about women's success and how it shouldn't make men feel uncomfortable and how it's...
Yeah, lads, I don't mean to be like that, but flips here. I'm pretty successful. Do you feel uncomfortable yet? Or is it just because I'm tickling your balls? Don't answer it.
Made people very uncomfortable, men in particular, in some sort of a scenario where they were, I guess, interested in...
Where is your shadow bag? Where is your job, bitch? Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone.
her. And people are quick to point out that she's saying this, as a woman, but identifies as non-binary in all of their accounts. And also, people started to ask,
ooh, the gotcha.
Well, did these men feel a certain type of a way when they ask what that success was in? Because it's no secret that their success is in making adult content.
Ooh la la. Scandalous. You see? Ankle photos.
Okay? And that's not being like mean. It's being a bit realistic. A lot of people, men in particular, if they were looking at someone who said, I am successful in my career, if you said this is where the success is, they might have a particular reaction to it. And really at that point, it comes down to preferences. And I don't think there's really anything too crazy about that. People will see, oh, this is where
I'm going to start a Fansly, and it's gonna be just all uncensored ankle pics. Maybe toes if I'm feeling really spicy. Nice little tootsies.
you're getting your success from, and they might feel
I just want to be a successful female as well, you know? Yeah.
a certain way about that in the scenario that she is describing in the tweet, and that is reflected in the replies to it, where people say stuff like this. No offense, Elle, but if you ever disclose to these men how you make that money, like it or not, the reality is that the majority of men these days don't have a problem with women who make equal or more than them. It's how many women make that money that they see issue with. Another one says, maybe it's your personality. Why don't you ask the people you harassed about it, right, Miss K? And that name will be very relevant in just a moment. But here's some more saying, maybe, I mean this with no offense, but could it have something to do with the fact that you make adult content?
I mean, does she? I mean, having, like, as a VTuber, what counts even as adult content? Is it, like, just, like, fan arts or something? Like, commissioned loot fan arts? VR chat corn? Like, with schmacks? Real ones? You have nude models? Yeah, but, okay, if it's VR chat, it's not real. Like, there's actually no one there. Like, how does it work? Do you think like Melody? I never seen Melody actually get like freaked. It was always just with toys or something. Is that it? Like just like, oh no, I am totally vibrating right now. See, yeah, I went to a chatter-based stream once. Does that make it not porn? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I guess.
This person says, did you tell them how you were doing well for yourself? Like, that's probably more of the reason than being successful. Like, how are you successful?
I don't know, man. Dude, I wouldn't trust VR chat corn. Like, what makes you think she's actually doing the thing? What if she's just faking it? You think she's fully dressed up in her pajamas and she's like, oh yeah, it's so big, and it's just like, you know, she's like numbing on like a Twix or something. They're all faking. Are you telling me that it's not real? My non-GMO freshly harvested corn is not real? What?
Successful probably matters to them.
Come on.
Less than being successful
you
in
can't
itself.
Say that.
And that is something that is kind of repeated over and over again in the replies, but she really tried to gas this up, okay? She made this tweet on her alt account, which, you know, has...
That didn't even reach much, 2.9k, that's like nothing.
Tens of thousands of followers. It's not like it's a totally random account, but her next action would be reposting it on that alt account, and then she would switch over to her main...
Okay, calm down. I'm sorry that you only have 10 followers, okay? I'm showy.
Account with like triple the following, and repost it there.
Oh my god, you are the kind of person she's talking about. Do you see that? That man is uncomfortable because I have more followers on Twitter than he does. Oh, finally. See, being proved live on stream. Okay, I see how it is. Okay.
As well, like she was really trying to gas this thing up, and it's like the more
wait a second, it's a bicycle. What the hell?
attention she brought to this post, the more criticism and negativity she would receive. But you know, this sort of messaging, I think, is
it just works. Oh, okay, Todd, calm down.
Performative, and it's hypocritical for reasons that go beyond what I just described. But it works on some people, right? You can see all of these replies if you dig down enough. There are people supporting this, calling her a girl boss and saying that all these men...
I hate the term girl boss. I really hate it. Jesus.
In this scenario are simply insecure and just can't deal with women who are successful. They're eating this...
Okay, but if I would hypothetically try to Google these people up, I guarantee you they have like 10 to 20 followers. Like, why do we make news out of people who are literal who's? It's like half of them are bots anyway. There's no likes. One like. What are we talking about?
What's up?
Who cares?
And one of the quotes pointed out something very important. Funny you say a woman's success shouldn't make you uncomfortable, yet you joined in on the harassment Kirsha received and another VTuber named Kyoto before you rebranded and you never apologized. Maybe it's not men, it's you. You're the problem.
The turntables.
Now that is some ancient lore, ladies and gentlemen. So
I don't know shit. I don't know anything about this.
Elle used to have former accounts under different names, and right now she is on the rebranded accounts. And unfortunately, the skeletons haven't really left the closet, right? They're still there, and they get brought up every time she wants to start talking about things like jealousy, because her attacks on other VTubers in the past seem...
Whoa! Women attacking women out of jealousy? Say it's not true. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. It can't be. It can't be. I don't believe it. No.
Like they were born out of jealousy. So. And that Kyoto situation goes back to 2020. If you want to talk about like kind of the OG days of the Western VTubing scene becoming what it is today, at least on social media, a nonstop cancellation fest that's obsessed with virtue signaling and policing people's behaviors. Kyoto was like one of the first ones to have it happen to them. This VTuber, because of her very problematic design.
Oh yeah, so problematic. Wow. I have so much fucking problem with this.
She was attacked relentlessly by primarily other...
She looks cute, that's a problem.
VTubers, right? Her following, though, would blow up as a result. How many times have we seen this before?
She was only 135 centimeters, you sick bastard. Everyone knows that short girls don't deserve to get laid. Okay? I'm sorry. There is a height of consent. If you're not at least 160, you get no dick. Okay? You get a postcard, a picture, a censored postcard. That's it, buddy. Sorry.
Right? She had a few, I think, 100 followers.
Must be this daughter, right? Oh no, he's so right. He's so right.
With like 10K in like 2 days. Because all these VTubers trying to cancel her just brought more attention, and the VTuber fans, unlike them, actually supported her and rallied behind her. And one of the people to harass Kyoto back then was, of course, Elle. And seemingly upset with the traction that this Kyoto person was getting, they made a post back in 2020 saying, important message, please retweet. It is not okay to normalize a character that looks like a child and is sexualized. Look closer at what you're supporting. Please don't give us VTubers a bad face. This is just the beginning for us.
It's slowly becoming my pet peeve how people care about virtual characters but not actually about real life children. And it's really starting to tickle something strange in my brain that, oh no, that virtual character, oh my god. Meanwhile, real kids, real flesh and blood children getting into trouble and getting hurt. Yeah, we don't care about that. No, whatever. Like, come on. I think that's called anger. Maybe you might be right. You might be. Stop calling out my country. Oh, I'm sorry.
And please retweet this if you want to support the community. I'll be unfollowing anyone tomorrow who's still...
It's so fake. This is a non-issue. You're worried about an adult person faking a not real character. If you really care about the kids, then do it about real life children. Okay? Like, oh no, that adult person who is being cutesy? Wow. I don't think so. Wow.
Supporting these actions. This was about Kyoto, right? She was follow policing people.
This is literal girl bullying.
She was saying that we're going to set the standard for the community. She got roasted for this back then, right? She was trying to be the one under this different name back then, trying to basically...
She had a big cock, but she has no big cock anymore. She lost it. You know, she was like shedding like a crab and accidentally ripped it off.
basically speak on behalf of the VTubing community, which of course, there's really no such thing as a VTubing community. It's more of a scene and a medium, but...
That's true. Like, that's actually, Raph says something really true. What do you mean a VTubing community? There's no community. It's like, we sort of know about each other, and that's it. I'm not in a club. I don't talk to these people. I don't belong. I don't represent. I just am. That's like saying that the actors have like a community. Not you, us. You guys are not really a community either. Do you hang out with other people? It's just like, oh wow, fellow VTuber lover. Would you like to discuss other VTuber loving thing? That's okay. We are not talking about that. Oh, you guys are my community. She's speaking that it's like every VTubing people are merged together into one ball. That if you like me, you must like everyone else.
I digress.
It's definitely a community. Okay, community spankings are so back on the table then.
Point out by Kuri Renji here. She was very active, and many were very active back then. A lot of them have deleted their posts, or at this point, because it's been like 5+ years, their accounts have completely disappeared, or they've retired, or what have you. But you can see K, which is now L, going through various people thanking her for the response, right? The call-out post saying, no, thank you for retweeting this. And this person says, already spoke about an hour or so ago, had to block a mutual already as well because they claimed we were being mean. And L, formerly K, says,
wow, we are bullying someone we don't like. Some people said we are being mean. Well, they can suck my ink sack. You tell me I'm being mean when I'm literally bullying someone off the platform? I don't think so, buddy. How could you? How could you?
F them, they can suck my ink sack. And then, as you can see, eventually, these tweets would be deleted from K/L. And you can see the initial conversation here. So they're clearly trying to hide some of these conversations. But this is where it gets very hypocritical because you remember the actual call-out post, right? Well, she was getting very excited that it was working, that this...
You know, you can totally tell that this was not about bullying, but actually protecting, you know, like children and whatnot. Because you can tell that this person really definitely didn't get excited about the fact that the other person started to go into hiding to avoid getting bullied. Yeah, no, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Harassment brigade on Kyoto was working, saying, update, I got her on private. Let's effing go, guys. Let's keep going, though. So, celebrating that this Kyoto person was getting harassed to the point of privating their account, and then she was celebrating this and saying,
I don't mean to be like that, but this sounds a little bit mean to me. Now, you feel free to argue with me, but yeah, we got her private, but yeah, let's push it a little bit. You think? Yeah, I would say it's probably on the meaner side, yes. You know, just a little bit. It's not entirely nice. It's not very kind. It's frowned upon.
Let's keep going. So it wasn't enough to slander this VTuber and to incite this harassment.
Listen, if she's not even crying, what's the point? You know, like
brigade against
balls
them.
To the walls.
Even when the VTuber being targeted went private, they wanted more. And of course, this whole thing was predicated on this whole idea that they were doing something wrong, that Kyoto was doing something inappropriate and problematic with their design. And of course, when K here would eventually rebrand to their current account, one of their first streams ever.
No fucking way she played Nekopara. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh no. Sexualizing young characters is bad. Also, uncensored Nekopara. Chef kiss. Fucking chef kiss. I love it. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. It's beautiful and perfect.
was described as hentai nights, where they played the not safe for work version of Nekopara, which of course...
I have never played Nekopara. Listen, I like the art. I even have an art book, but I am not that much into hentai games, unfortunately, so I have not. But, yeah.
includes all kinds of lolicon, which she just found...
And the art book is uncensored, okay? So I'm based.
abhorrently problematic just 2 years prior, and thought that was something that should be run off of social media for, even if your design of your model is simply a lolly and nothing more than that. And of course, as you can see, that post...
I don't mean to, like, you know, poke a hole into anyone's fantasy or something, but do people know that anime girls are always leaning toward the youthful look? Like, it's always sort of like a roughly teenager age. Like, even her character looks like sort of like a teenager. It's like an ambiguous sort of teenager, maybe if you push it early 20s, and then it's like I'm really pushing it. Because that's what anime is. Big eyes, cutesy face, and whatever. And they are also fictional, you know? It's crazy. You can tell by the horns and the ears and, like, you know, everything else.
A lolly
it's
and nothing
crazy.
More than that. And of course, as you can see, that post was also deleted. So every time she gets into a bind with the stuff, she just starts deleting her posts. There was also, back in 2022, a series...
I don't understand. When did this start that a youthful character is automatically a child or something? It's fucking mental illness, bro.
Series of Google Docs that had people who expressed very bad experiences with Elle, as well as some of Elle's managers, and that she was a very controlling and toxic and jealous person. It's worth a read if you want to take a look at all this stuff, but you kind of get the point already. Now, going back to the post in question, well, the sort of jealousy and the unapologetic nature of her involvement in that previous harassment campaign came into question back in 2024, where Kirsha, many of you know her, she was removed as a guest who had her own panel at a convention called OffKai. And one of the guests, of course, was Elle. And people thought this was very ironic, that they thought Kirsha was so problematic and awful she had to be removed. But someone like Elle, with an unapologetic history of harassing people, other VTubers in particular, had this panel ready to go. In fact, OffKai would hide replies, bringing up her former harassment campaign, which looked very bad.
Wait, let me just read what she was saying here. It's a shame someone who's done so bad in this world still gets a chance like this with no punishment, and everyone ignores that the bad that they have done.
Which looked very bad. And in case you're familiar with this whole thing, I talked about it in a pretty long video back in 2024. Crazy situation involving Kirsha. She really got completely screwed over by this convention. Here's just like a small taste, a small rundown. OffKai would try to provide an explanation as to why she was removed from the panel, or her panel was removed. And they basically said this is a volunteer-run event, and your name coming up made some of our staff uncomfortable. So the staff being uncomfortable, I guess, is a reason to remove someone from a convention. But don't worry, they said you're not blacklisted from the event. You can still come as a paid guest.
Oh, I bet she did. I would also definitely pay money for them just to visit a convention like this. So very kind of them. We can't have you as a guest, but if you want to give us money, we will maybe allow you in. Thanks, buddy. I guess I will just stay home. It's okay.
Yeah, she didn't go, obviously. But eventually, in a conversation on Discord, someone involved with OffKai would provide the evidence of why they removed her. And this is, again, another sign of how things just come full circle with this cancel culture stuff back in 2024, listing off the reasons. And it says a lot of it comes down to gender identity and DEI type issues in these tweets right here that Kirsha would supply, and you can look at them. They are hilarious. Here's just one example of the problematic tweets. You can see when Discord seemed to roll out a pronoun feature.
Wait, Discord has a pronoun feature? Fuck, man. I live under a fucking rock. Since
she
when?
made her pronouns Burger Queen.
I am using it? Am I? What are my pronouns? Yeah? Did I write space cat? I have a feeling that I must have. Is it space/cat or something? Yeah? Okay, thank God. Oh, that's the pronoun? I have no idea. Oh no, I'm cooked. I'm gonna get canceled after this. Oh, chat, I'm so cooked.
That was something that was evidence to justify her removal from OffKai.
Oh no.
As someone with a panel at that convention. Absolutely crazy times.
I had no idea. I sort of treated the Space Cat part as like a lower title thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, but that's kind of the history here, right? It goes back to the rev cycle here, the infinite content.
Listen, if I get cancelled for this, I will react to it. It will be 10 out of 10.
Glitch. You have L saying stupid.
It even says the pro. I never read that shit, bro. I don't care about that. Like, bro, I literally don't care.
Stuff and starting harassment campaigns against other VTubers seemingly out of jealousy for their growth or the attention that they were receiving. And then we made it into content back then and in other scenarios. And then eventually, this VTuber L, for example, comes out with a virtue signaling post that makes them pretty hypocritical by their own standards. And what do? We make more content out of it. That is the infinite content.
See, this is why I say, just tweet about cheese, man. Literally, what can go wrong with tweeting about cheese? That's all you need. Just tweet about cheese. Cheese is good. Cheese loves you. Cheese is 10 out of 10. That's all you need in the world.
Glitch, ladies and gentlemen. But that's going to do it for today's video.
Yeah, I got to tweet about more cheese. Something cheese.
As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next time.